deer look harmless, even cute, but in reality, they can be a serious danger to commuters, especially during the months of October through December.
Do you have everything?
Yup.
All right, here we go. Downtown, here we come.
Deer!
Oh man, now we're gonna miss our qualifier.
What you just saw is a demonstration of multiple deer vehicle collisions, or DVCs, that occur in the United States. According to State Farm Insurance, there are approximately 1.3 million DVCs in the United States each year, and these account for over 220 deaths and 10,000 injuries yearly. That's why we identify deer vehicle collisions as our problem.
According to State Farm Insurance, DVC claims total $4 billion yearly. 10% of these claims are from Pennsylvania, more than any other state in the U.S.
We have found that many states have tried to solve this problem. Their solutions have been road signs and even whistles, but none of them have been working effectively. Our goal is to reduce the number of DVCs effectively. By doing this, we hope to reduce the damage they cause and help save the lives of deer and humans.
We research websites such as deercrash.org, Insurance Institute of Highway Safety, Pennsylvania Crash Information Tool, and Insurance Journal. Then we watched a video about deer behavior from the University of Georgia Deer Laboratory. After that, we visited the Upper Schuylkill Valley Park where Rescue Buck has lived for 6 years.
We interviewed 32 friends and family who have been in collisions with deer and asked how our sign would work. We also interviewed Dr. Miller from the University of Georgia Deer Laboratory, State Trooper Butler from the Collision Analysis Reconstruction Unit, PennDOT, and Smith Insurance Company. They all helped our project a lot.
We learned from State Trooper Butler from the Collision Reconstruction Unit that it takes 500 feet for a person driving at 60 miles per hour to stop and react. And according to a study by Dr. Miller and his team, deer can see yellow and blue colors in UV light best and hear frequencies that humans can't, at least 30,000 hertz.
Because of our findings, we have created a system called Deer Anti-Crash System, or DACS. DACS is a system made up of a road sign that consists of a deer silhouette, a reactive box, and a solar panel. They'll be installed on high-traffic areas densely populated with deer. They'll cover 2 zones, the warning zone and the danger zone.
The DACS reactor box faces away from the road into the warning zone. If a deer comes within 250 feet from it, it sets off alternating lights and sound to try to drive the deer back into the woods. It also sets off a yellow light onto the sign for 5 minutes, alerting the driver that there's a deer nearby. Each unit is set about 1,000 feet apart with a laser mounted 2 feet above the ground in each unit, and each unit points to the next. If a deer continues from the warning zone and crosses the laser, it is now in the danger zone, which means now at the roadside. Breaching this laser will activate the signs to flash red for 5 minutes, alerting drivers of danger on the road. There will be an alert button in case a deer collision does happen to let the police know. And on a 2-mile stretch, our system will cost $3,000.
So, some neat features of DACS include the 1-mile warning sign. It gives the drivers a chance to slow down, and the system doesn't turn off unless a car passes it. We also have the zoning system, the warning and danger zone. Also, on our sign, we have the alternating lights and sounds to try to lure the deer back off into the woods. Also, DACS uses the solar panel, so DACS uses clean energy. It's also transportable, so just in case the deer migrate to a different area, we can use the sign system with it. And also there's an alert button on the sign, so just in case someone does get in an accident, but they don't have a cell phone, they can still alert police. And also the lasers can be remotely lined through webcams.
Do we have everything?
Yup.
All right, here we go. Downtown, here we come.
Oh, watch out, deer in area.
Okay, I'll slow down.
Oh, deer on road sign.
No.
Oh,
Ooh,
that was
That was
close.
a close one. Thanks to DACS.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed our presentation. Do you have any questions?
That's great. Yes. I think they did a good job answering the questions, didn't they?
Yes. So let's see. What made you first think of this as your idea?
Well, we thought of deer because we went home with homework and we did research. We picked an animal that we think that could help humans, like a dog walker helps a human that is blind and can't see. So then we came back the next day and we took a vote on the animals that we came back, and then we came down to the final 3, and then we came back the next day and voted on deer, and that's how we got deer for our animal ally.
Okay. Now, what did you find? Did you find any surprises in your research, things that you didn't know about?
I was surprised that that deer spent, what was it, like $2 billion, $4 billion by DVCs.
Another thing that I found surprising is the amount of sign colors that signs can be. From what we looked up, there's about like 8 different sign colors that are in use, and there's about 5 more in future use. And one of these was the color we chose, coral. We decided to use that because drivers get desensitized to seeing the same things over and over again. So by choosing a new color, we thought it would stand out more to them, and they would pay more attention to it.
I was surprised about the amount of deaths per year due to DVCs, which is 220.
You can go.
Okay. And so I was definitely surprised. I thought either deer saw just black and white like some animals do, or like we do. But then we learned that deer see blue, yellow, and UV lights best, so we put those on our sign.
I was also surprised that there was 10,000 injuries yearly caused by deer collisions.
I was surprised that deer could hear us at such a high pitch because we cannot hear what deer hear sometimes. So we made our sound box a very high pitch so it won't annoy drivers and people that live in that area.
Another thing I was surprised about is that deer can see like 90% around them, so in front of them and then a little bit behind them.
To add on what he said, to make it a little more clear, deer can see 300 degrees around them, and also their eyes don't focus on one thing like our eyes do. They focus on everything, so their vision is more precise than ours.
So, what kind of solutions are out there that you heard of, and what kind of makes your solution a little bit different?
There was one solution that was in Indiana. It was a sign that would sense the deer, and then it would alert the drivers. But what we do, we try to ward the deer off and alert the drivers. And the problem with that sign was their lasers would misalign, so our lasers are remotely aligned.
Another to add on to that is they had the same exact sign as us, but theirs wasn't portable. So if the deer migrated, they couldn't move the sign with them.
And also, they didn't have UV lights and blue and yellow lights, and we did that so that the deer would go back into the woods.
And to add on to what they were saying, they only had one zone, the Indiana project, which was the laser on the road. So there was no saying there was a deer just off the road, and they also didn't have the lights on the sign. They only had yellow for when the deer was already on the road.
Yeah, you can go.
There was an attempt. They built a wall, but deer are smart, so they would go around or they'd get their antlers stuck in it. And our system on a 2-mile stretch cost $3,000, and on a 1-mile stretch, their system will cost $40,000.
So, how do you know where on the road to put the signage up?
So we know we're on the road to put them because from Pennsylvania State Trooper Butler, we got a chart of where deer collisions were happening. So we put them into a map and put it on our board, and we color coordinated them by months, such as a purplish color for October, and for January a blue.
So, do their paths change over seasons?
Yes.
Since deer migrate, we put a solar panel so so it's portable and we can move the sign.
Also, talking about the solar panels, since we didn't want our sign to be on all the time, because if there's no cars coming, we wanted the deer to be able to cross. So we have an early warning sign, and when a car crosses this early warning sign, it activates our system for 5 minutes.
And also, from when Trooper Butler, he told us about that it would be portable because when deer migrate, we would want to move it to where they are.
And we have a laser, like Billy said. We have a laser, and it's 2 feet off the ground because when baby deer are born, they are 2 feet. So we put the laser here so they can sense big deer and small.
And to
add on to that, we also don't want raccoons and stuff like that tripping the wire. But we care about the raccoons, but like a project is on
deer, so we don't want them giving a false alarm to like cars.
And so another thing that Indiana did not have on their project was the call button. So the call button, we learned from St. Hubert Butler that some people actually refuse to have cell phones. So if they did get in an accident with deer and they did not have a cell phone, they could press this alert button and it would automatically contact the police.
And
Very good.
if we develop this sign near houses and a deer does cross and it makes one of these sounds and people are sleeping and they don't want to get alarmed by the noise, we'll have some walls close to the houses so they won't.
To clarify what Dylan was trying to say, the sound box will emit sounds that are at least 30,000 hertz, so humans can't hear that, but deer can. So only like the deer, not humans, who are trying to sleep or outside.
All right, very well. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, and
Thank
good
you.
luck
Have a nice
today.
day.
Thank you.
Thank you.